So guys, welcome back to the Coffin Nail. And today I am talking to prog rock band The Shell Collector. You've probably already heard two songs so far today from the new EP Puppet. But here we are chatting with the guys. I'd like to introduce Enrico, Gianluca, and Kay. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thanks for having us, mate.
Oh, you're very welcome, mate. So, Puppet, out 1 week. How you feeling about it?
Oh, I fucking love it. We recorded pretty much time ago, a lot of time ago. I'm very happy that we brought it out, finally released it. Sometimes it can happen that you record something and then you hate it because it's been there all the time. And to me, it sounds still fresh. What do you guys say?
Yeah, I agree actually, and it's something that we really wanted to put out, but it's been a weird year. Yeah, and it's also the very first thing we made together. So we went through the extra lengths of like making it sound like exactly how we wanted it. It was good practice to like sort of shape the sound, I think, also for the band.
Right.
And getting close together in that sense, and then I think it's a good foundation to move forward. Like we were all, I think, like really excited to go and do bigger stuff, more songs, more jams, more
Awesome.
everything basically. Yeah.
Well, actually, on that note, for anyone who's new to the band, let's give a quick overlook of your band history. Now, Enrico, you started the band a while back, and the guys joined over time, right?
I think it was like 2012, 13, something like that. Back in Italy, I started as a kind of solo project, I just want to dive into some prog rock vibe, and then some really good musicians have always helped the project to develop. It was Alessandro Magnoni and Manuel from Civitano Marche, my hometown, and then I met Giallo there, and he moved to Berlin, and then I moved to Berlin, and fortunately enough we met Kay. So the legacy of great musicians goes on, and here we are.
Excellent.
Happy about it.
I should add something about it, because when I joined the band, I was already knowing most of the songs of the Shell Collector, because I was a big fan of the Shell Collector already.
Awesome.
Yeah, fucking great. Also, Giallo at the beginning, he was like the second guitar player, and then we needed a bass player. He was like, I will learn bass.
It's pretty much the same if you already play guitar, right?
Yeah, a couple of strings.
Isn't that what bass players love to hear?
Like the bass guitar is even more fun to play.
Yeah,
it is fun. I'll tell you that.
Heavy music for sure. Yeah, I think.
And there's some big riffs to really enjoy yourself with in this album. Like, it's a lot of groove, and it takes different forms. Sometimes near the end, it's quite brutal and heavy, but Frogs is a bit lighter than the three songs which come after it. Is there any sort of pre-planning we want to do a specific heavier song, a lighter song, we want the album to flow this way, or do you just see what comes out?
I have my own idea, but I'm curious to see what the other guys think, actually.
I think variation in albums is really important. I'm the type of person that would listen to a whole album in its entirety just to get a vibe. And I think it's nice, like if there's variation, like some lighter songs, a different groove, or like a different genre that gets mixed in. It just keeps your ears fresh, and like you stay excited. So yeah, I think it's a nice mixture of songs in this one, I think.
Sweet.
Yeah, I also like not sticking to these stereotypes of a genre, and also because every one of us coming from different backgrounds. If there is a bit of Beatles, a bit of Led Zeppelin mixed with metal, I'm totally happy for it, and
awesome.
I think also the others.
Does that match up with what you had in mind, Enrico?
Actually, yeah, and I would say, like, is it like diversity? Like, had to be like diverse in more songs, and also for me, it's like the sarcastic, ironic side of stuff of things is always very important. And like, for example, Frogs is like very classical sounding in a way, and the video is fucking sarcastic. At the same time, I love that it starts so happy, but at the same time, it's just a joke because the rest of the songs are fucking punch in your face.
Yeah.
It was like that kind of sadistic approach with the listener. You know, it's like, yeah, we're giving you a candy, but it's filled with poison.
Well, let's talk about Frogs actually, because the video came out last week, and it's great fun. Was it as much fun to make as it is to watch?
Oh yes. Did you like it, Lewis?
Absolutely.
Love to make it.
Tell me about the making of it. Like, whose idea is it to just? Well, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, and I'm not entirely sure how to describe it for those who have.
Maybe I can give it a shot, like, without spoiling anything. I think we just basically decided, like, we have a few times that we're going to meet up in like that particular week, and everybody that was involved, like a few of our best friends, they were all cool with us just like letting the camera roll while we were together partying. We went to an underground weird like kegel/bowling alley. We got a bunch of toys in, and there wasn't really any narrative other than just being as weird and crazy as we could and putting a camera on it.
Well, that certainly comes across very effectively.
Yeah. And then we got our friend like Nick Scully, who is an amazing filmmaker in Berlin, and we gave him the footage and he loved it. We just basically also we put him in charge of, like, you know, do you see any storyline in this? If not, that's also cool. And yeah, it's a bit of both. It's amazingly edited. Yeah. And I think everybody can see something in there, you know, for themselves. So it's pretty cool.
And Jean-Louis, I also wanted to ask you, I believe that you're responsible for the artwork on Puppet.
Yeah, kind of. The picture that we used for the booklet, I've taken them some years ago in Italy in the laboratory of my dad, because he was working with wood. And this puppet was a character that I worked on when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And it was there in the laboratory, and I took a picture of it because it looked nice and fits it somehow with the whole concept of the songs of this EP, and we decided to use it. And inside the booklet there are going to be also other pictures that I don't want now to
Fair enough. But there will be a physical copy of the album out soon. I mean, everyone's streaming on Spotify at the moment, but are you planning vinyl pressing, CDs, cassettes are all the rage again these days?
I'm really much in for CDs and for booklet. I mean, a nice wall. What is it called? Wallet, something like this.
Yeah.
I think the record industry is actually still like going strong, like as in LPs and stuff.
Yeah. Well, certainly in Germany here.
Yeah, I think we haven't really talked about it much, but like, it would be nice to have something physical. Yeah. That's for sure. But also for future releases, when we even go a bit bigger, perhaps, then there will definitely be physical, releases of those too.
We prepared the artwork, but I think it also like depends on how all of this 2020 turns out in a good way. For music,
hopefully we all come out the other side.
Yeah.
And 2020 has been weird. I wanted to ask you, Kay, because I believe that you're a big soccer fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I prefer to call it football. But
sorry,
I might upset some Americans there, but you know.
No, it's my
I really give a shit.
my Irish sensibilities. Football is something very different to me. But since you're such a big football fan, I thought it'd be only right to ask you. You know, the sports world is reeling from the death of Diego Maradona, known for his antics both on and off the pitch. And the question really is, how much cocaine is too much cocaine?
That's different for everybody, I think. Right? I mean, I think he has proven that he can handle quite a bit, even when performing on the limit. Well, he made it to 60. That's not a bad rep, you know.
Pretty good run.
Say. Yeah.
So Diego Maradona, not too much coke.
Not too much coke. I think he can make a note of that. Yeah, but it's too late to ask him now how much it actually was. So.
No, but I'm sure he had a good time anyway.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
One would hope. Enrico, I had a question for you. Unfortunately, not about football or cocaine, but
Very good. Because,
I understand that you have perfect pitch. Is this correct?
yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, that must be quite the burden. But that's what I wanted to ask you about. I'm hearing more and more microtonal music, not least because of the success of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, for example. If you have perfect pitch based on Western music sensibilities, does microtonality make your brain twitch? Does it frustrate you at all?
In a good way, actually. I fucking love it because I was grown up like musically in conservatory and academies. So as I was a child, like basically I discovered it when I was like 4, something like that. And then from then on, I always knew what the sounds would be if I press this key or this other key on the keyboard or on the guitar. And it's been like that forever, you know, listening to songs and knowing which notes they are, which is kind of, it's cool when you're starting, but then at one point it becomes really boring. And of course, like when there's a lot of notes, it becomes more difficult to get them all fast. But then when I hear this kind of microtonal music, or for example, I'm all into Croatian music right now because there's a lot of variations in there. Or for example, klezmer, all of this stuff. And it really gives me, you know, like a good high because it's like, oh, this is new. This is something that I can learn, you know, and also not learn at all and just keep it as it is because I can't play these notes. But most of the times when we jam lately, I tend to go in a noisy direction with detuned stuff.
Awesome. And I've heard some of your jams because I was listening for the second time today on Raw and Improvise from a studio in Nalipstrasse. I had to write that name down. But
Fair enough. Undisclosed location.
Man. No, it's Nalipstrasse. The rest of it I've got memorized, but
exactly.
Keep wanting to say Nippelstrasse. This is what it looks when it's written down.
That's fine. That's fine.
Nippelstrasse. That could be the next one.
Yeah.
That whole half hour, I'm not surprised that you guys play well. I'm surprised at how good it is for something improvised. Did you have some ideas worked out ahead of time?
Well, first of all, thanks. The whole idea was like, let's go there. You know, sometimes it happens here in Berlin that someone is giving away like a free recording session. We were just working on the EP, so we had everything recorded for the release, and we were like, fuck yeah, let's just try and see what happens if we jam, because we like to jam in the rehearsal space. And the fact of going there with no idea actually worked very well because we were like very like-minded, and nobody was actually, I think, nobody was thinking of what we were playing, except that at one point I tossed in there like I think at minute 10 or something, there's an old song from the Shell Collector from like a previous EP. I sang some of the lyrics on top of that completely in a different way, but I didn't tell the guys. Like I was like, guys, maybe I can bring something to the jam, but I'm not sure if I will. And then when I done it, like it all worked out pretty good for some reason. But we have good surprises with that. We're making something happen very soon with this. But basically we are creating a space in our studio where we can stream and jamming basically. So we would like to, you know, how do you say, like engage listeners and I don't know, like play with that. Like we're gonna jam on stuff. What do you guys think? What should we jam on? Which I don't know.
Yeah.
But on the jamming part too, it's something that I really wanted to add also. Is like I think it doesn't always happen in every band that you can freely jam without like running into too many problems. If we talk about like the first like raw and improvised piece that we put up, I think it was a real like proof that we have this like connection together. We can really listen well even while playing and react to that. And I think that I don't really had that like in many bands in the past. So.
And is that how the majority of your songs are written, where someone gets a cool idea and you're like, let's just work on that, or do one or another of you come in with something that's nearly complete?
I write a lot of new stuff all the time, and then I send them, and then we work on those. Mm-hmm. But also the other part is like jamming in the studio a lot and recording huge chunks of stuff that we can reuse for something else or study. You know, sometimes I study what these guys are doing while jamming, and I try to recreate stuff with that. Like we play a lot with what we do.
Yeah, cool. One last thing before we go, guys. Quick question for everybody. Take turns answering it. The Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
Beatles.
Beatles. Sorry.
The answer was actually the Kinks, but thank you for playing.
Oh shit! I knew it.
Shell Collector is the band, Puppet is the EP. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show.
You do it.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.